welcome to my channel, and today we are in a military jet and we are comparing two F-14 Tomcats designed by two different developers. The first one is the IndiaFoxtEcho F-14 and the DC Designs F-14. So this is I'm not sure if this is the first of the F family. I mean, when I say F family, meaning the F-14, the F-15 Strike Eagle, the F-16, then the F-18, and then the F-22. So we have all those interesting aircraft, but this one I want to compare today because it's pretty much old. So we're gonna compare it in terms of avionics, visuals, like visual textures, like the handling, performance, how the systems work, even frames, in terms of frames. So without much wasting time, let's begin. So like outside it doesn't look too bad at all. That's the landing gear, and we'll also talk about some hidden features that we may notice along the way. It's pretty much the same. It pretty much behaves the same thing as the T6A I flew in my other video. You have to press the button on the flight stick to actually get the nose gear to turn left or right. Normally when an aircraft is in cold and dark, we will not be able to necessarily move stuff, but we can. It looks like we can only move the rudder but not the elevators, which is interesting. And this aircraft, it has a swept wing functionality, so when we're going at specific speeds, the wings can actually change angles so that you can either go faster or slower. It has speed brakes, it has flaps, it has everything you need. So there it is. This is how it looks like outside, which is great. And honestly, I'll say the textures look great, but ignore my PC settings, ignore it. But if you should have it on a very good PC or a very good gaming device, you'd actually see how very detailed this is. The cockpit looks good. I would say this textures look great, and it's realistic. We can only use move the rudders, but cannot move the elevators or the ailerons, which is great. We'll also take a look at the afterburners at the end, so just stick around for that. Speed brakes cannot be retract, because the speed brakes is right about here. It's at the tip here. That's where the speed brakes are. Yeah, this one doesn't necessarily come with chocks on cold and dark. It's just the landing gear. I wish we could go a little bit closer to look how the textures of the landing gear. But they look good so far. And that's the ladder right here, the climbing hatch for both pilots to get into. And we're in the Jolly Ranchers livery, which is very well known and very popular. There are other liveries. Apparently there's two different variants of the F-14 Tomcat. There's the F-14A and the F-14B. I actually do not know the difference, but you can comment on what difference it is from the A and the B. I'm guessing the difference from the A is avionics style, I'm guessing. Alright, so we'll head into the cockpit. So here's the cockpit. Pretty much it looks great. Sorry about my frames. It actually looks good, but because OBS is running in the background. But without OBS, trust me, the frames are actually very good. So everything in this cockpit is pretty much interactive, very much so. So even from covering this, opening it, all the buttons actually do something. And one interesting thing I noticed is this right here. It opens something called Jester, and then you can begin your checklist from here. It would announce it for you. If you're missing something, it will tell you what to bring in terms of that, you know, like so that you can start the aircraft. So for example, let's say I actually want to do the startup checklist.
Okay. Still waiting for external air and power.
Yeah, so it's saying we need external air and power. I mean, we don't need that today, so it's fine. So pretty much everything in here is very interactive. Let's go to the back and take a look. So where the second person will be sitting, everything here is very much interactive. See, everything here is, all the buttons are very interactive. You can even eject, but we'll not do that today. I do not know what that is. Yeah, it's still interactive. And then all the forgotten what this is called, but those are not interactive for some reason. But yeah, this works, see, even that works, but it's fine. This works too. And there's something we have to clip here in the seats. I think it's like right here. Yeah, so we press that, and the one for us as well. I'll close that. And I like the sound so far. The sounds sound good. Like, it sounds good. And you can even switch weapons here, which is cool. These are all interactive. Then this will bring the pilot in here, which will block us, so we do not want that. And this will just bring, just like, you know, his hand and whatnot, and his legs moving. And then if he has to move the throttle, yeah, it shows like everything is showing. Like, but we do not like that, so it's fine. We just keep it where it is right now. And this is where the flaps are. This is where you go to start the engines. But we will just do everything, the landing gear, we'll just do everything like the usual. Control E, and we'll get everything going. So we can actually, let's just start the engine, and then we'll close the canopy. So I'll just do the usual Control E.
ICS com check. Can you hear me?
Sounds good. So we're just gonna do a test flight. We'll go as high as we can and come back down and land this aircraft. So there it is, the hydraulics are filling up. There we go. So now we have hydraulics. And one thing I noticed about military jets is the ailerons are on the elevators. Same thing happens with the with this T-tail jet. It's the B-1B bomber. Same thing. Pretty much does the same thing. And if you notice, when the engines start running, the engine nozzles open up so that heat passes through. If you notice, once we observe this one as well, it'll start to open up. Yeah, notice that it's opening up. Perfect, that's good. So now we have our engines running, and we can now open up the wings. So we click it first, and then just scroll. I'm using a scroll wheel at this point. And then as you do that, it brings down the flaps as well, because it's increasing drag. There it is. And then it's bringing down the flaps. So there it is, and then what speed brake. Speed brake is what I was showing you earlier, like right here. The flaps already down. If you go full flaps, that comes out. So I think that will be on the last second that you land. And then if you just like go up one notch, that will go up. That will go inside. And then these two go up a little bit. So this is the perfect configuration for approach. And then once you touch down, then you can bring it one more notch, and then the speed brakes come out. And then so you can get going. So we'll actually take off with flaps. We're gonna do that. Check our controls. Then I'll press the button that I was talking about. So the button is right here. Right there. That's it right there. Click on it, and then now we can turn. Now we can turn. One interesting thing I also noticed is the nose can actually go down. So I'll show you. So kneel, and then it starts going down. Look at that. That's actually cool. So I think this is for your aircraft carriers, like to send it into an aircraft carrier or something, like taking off from an aircraft carrier or landing in one. But we're not doing that today. We're just doing like a review on this specific aircraft. But that's actually cool. That's very cool that you can do that. I'm yet to figure out on how to bring this stick down, but there's definitely a button for that. So yeah, I'm bring it back up, and it just comes up real quick. That's what I don't like about it. It comes up too quickly. So, anyways, you can put the canopy back in. There it is. So the canopy, as the canopy is closing, then the ladders stall, which is actually cool. Alright, now we can get going. So you can turn off your HUDs and your avionics right here. Just turn a little bit more. There it is right there. So climb very high, as high as we can. I'll take off with afterburners, and then I'll release the afterburners, and then we'll come back for a landing. Alright, let's go. So you notice we can't turn, right? So we're gonna press on that button, and now we can turn. See? So now we can turn. Same as the T6A. I do not know why it is like that in military aircraft. So we just turn on our taxi lights. Actually, we did not turn on any of our lights, so we just turn the anti-collision, turn on the red floodlights, taxi lights. This is for in the cockpit. Then positioning lights, the tail light. Actually, let's see how it looks like at night. So we just do this, and just take a look at it at night. So this is what it looks like at night. Pretty sure there's more stuff you can turn on in here. So, oh, the floodlights. Okay, that's different then. It's fine. So this is how it looks like at night. I mean, I'm yet to figure out where all the cockpit lights are, so that have fun at night. Then externally, this is how it looks like at night. Because it's old, I don't think it has any form lights, but these are the lights it has, which is actually cool. Not bad. Alright, so now we'll go back to daylight, and then take off from there. We also take a look at how the afterburners look like at night. So yeah. Alright, so now we can get going. Just take off on the next runway. Here is good. We just get on and go. So actually I changed my mind. We will not take off with flaps. So once I put the flaps up, the wings are gonna go into sweep mode, and then we'll just take off from there. There we go. So we're starting to go into sweep mode. Alright, perfect. So now we're in sweep mode and we're going to take off. So this is full power. Now afterburners. That's actually sick. Then we'll just take off. I do not know our speed or lift off speed. Like I said, I'm not really into military aircraft, but like what I know is this is our airspeed and this is our altitude. Here can go up. Okay, now let's stress this aircraft a little bit. So we'll just do that. Okay, has a little bit of flare. Start making our turns. So now this is what it looks like without afterburners. Nice. So we're pretty much here. And there's no like smoke or anything coming out of it, which is interesting. But yeah, so far so good. I actually like how this aircraft behaves. Its behavior is actually not bad. Very realistic. Alright, now let's see if we can go into Mach. Okay, so we're actually going to start speeding up. Break the sound barrier. Okay. Looks like we broke it. Alright. Notice how the nozzles contract when reduce power, but when we increase power and create the afterburners, they open up. There we go. Reduce power and it comes back, which is cool. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Now let's look at it and see how it looks like at night in terms of the afterburners. Alright, so afterburners. Okay, that looks cool. Very noticeable. Not too bad. Okay, so that's actually cool. You know what? Why, since we already like dark, I think I'll leave it probably around. Yeah, here's good. And then we'll land this aircraft to come in for a landing. Oh, still breaking the sound barrier. So I'm gonna slow us down. Just make sure we don't stop, because once we stall, it might be a problem. So, yep, that's the heat blur, which is cool. Alright, so now that we're out of the sound, you know, we're out of the Mach speed. So now it's time to head back and land this beautiful aircraft. So far, I like it. It's pretty much realistic. So, yeah, this is once again the IndiaFoxtEcho F-14 Tomcat. In terms of avionics, I like it. Very much realistic. Every single button works. It looks like actual F-14 Tomcat. You can unlock this. I do not know about weapons yet, but there it is. The weapons are down here. That's all that we have. So now we can head back to base and just land this aircraft. But yeah, the odd thing is it's at night, so I may have actually lost it. But yeah, I'll just find it in a quick second. Should be almost there. Then we'll try and land it as smooth as we can. Honestly, I do not know how to land military aircraft because they have a different technique or different way of landing their aircraft. So pretty much. So far, I like it. I honestly, so far, prefer this one, but we'll take a look at the DC design model and then we'll do a comparison as well with the DC design version, so we can start bringing our flaps. Still a bit fast, so
4,000.
just put our flaps out and our gear down. Pretty much right there. There's our landing lights. Get the landing lights. Yep, there you go. Still had our speed brakes. That was close. Bring the flaps down. The flaps are not down yet. Okay, there we go. Actually, let me just... it's a bit too dark. Sorry, it's a bit dark, so just keep it here. Then pause it. How much we can land this short runway. Speed brakes. I'm gonna add a little bit of braking. I mean, this stopping speed is actually very much realistic. We may have slightly, just by an inch. Yeah, we may have overrun it, but still, it's it's actually very realistic, so it's fine. So we'll retract the flaps and just go back into swept back, and we can't turn yet, so we have to enable that. So just click on that. Oh, okay, we didn't engage. Alright, now we can turn. We shouldn't be on grass, but it's fine. I mean, we can go back to our normal time zone, which was daytime, I guess. So yeah, pretty much. And head back to park in this aircraft. Unfortunately, I do not know how to turn this aircraft off. I tried everything I can to figure out how to do that. Maybe there's a setting to do that, but I haven't binded it yet. But it's fine. Just give me a sec. So overall, I do like this aircraft. Very much realistic. And you cannot necessarily overspeed with while taxiing, because it would actually tip over. So yeah. So just park next to these F-18s. Just hold it right here. And set the parking brake. So overall, I like it. Very much realistic. You can actually open the canopy whilst the engines are running. That's fine. And then, just a sec, I'll show you the eject stuff. So push this button. Yep, and the eject. There you go. So this is what it looks like. The canopy disappears, the pilots disappear. Yet no parachutes, no diving or whatnot. But yeah, so far I like it. It's actually a good military aircraft to actually, do realistic stuff in. So if you are looking for realism, this is the go-to. This version is the IndiaFoxtEcho Tomcat. F-14. So yeah, this is definitely a go. Alright, now to the next one. Is the DC designed Tomcat F-14. And okay. So I'm not trying to be biased here. I mean, the textures are not bad at all. It has protective items, so the pedos, the chocks over here. Yeah, it's still an F-14 Tomcat, so this is for those who actually just want to have fun. They don't really care about realism. See, the hydraulics are not in yet, but still I could move stuff. So it's not really realistic. I would say it's actually just for fun. It's by DC Designs, and this is how the outside textures look like. I mean, it's not bad at all. It's fine. And the wings came in released. Like I said, this aircraft has the similar functionalities to the B-1B bomber. So yeah, I mean, fair enough. The textures don't look bad at all. The wings came in like this, but in the IndiaFoxtEcho Echo they were swept in. So yeah, let's go to the cockpit and take a look. So this is the cockpit of the DC Designs. Pretty much different, I would say. This looks like Asobo did it actually. I'm not trying. No, I'm not trying to put a bad name on Asobo, but this looks like something Asobo would design. But I mean, similar to it, but it's not it. And the canopy and the ladder look different. It doesn't look, I wouldn't say it looks vintage. It doesn't look vintage at all. It looks kind of modernized and clean. You know, it looks clean compared to the India Foxtrot Echo design. You can actually go back a couple of videos and take a look at the cockpit. If you notice a difference, that this looks clean as well. I mean, but at least it's interactive. The flaps are here and all of that, landing gear. And the same functionality that we had to make the aircraft go down is here as well, but let's see if it actually does that. So we'll start the aircraft and let's take a look. And then straight up, this actually shows. So our engines are starting. Let's see how it actually does. Sorry for my frames. My frames are a bit wacky, wonky. But let's see, in terms of frames, the India Foxtrot Echo is actually better. Okay, let's check out the sound. I mean, the sound doesn't sound too bad either. Alright, so now we can remove the chocks. Which one is it? Okay, that's the canopy. That's the ladder. It's a button to remove the chocks. Oh, there it is. Cones, chocks. There it is. They're all down here. There it is, they're gone. And the sound is not that bad, but it sounds a little bit quiet. Steering functionality, okay, same thing, just pretty much realistic. Expected it to do that. So now we can take off and try it. However, we cannot move the switches here. No, we cannot move the switches here. Well, guess we just have to move around it. But we can't move around it. Guess we just have to find a way of getting there. Or maybe we do not have to press it. But anyways, let's go. We take a look at how everything looks like at night as well. So we turn on all the lights. To collision. Flood, white flood, text. Okay, whatever. Alright, now let's go dark and see how it looks like in the cockpit and outside. Alright, so this is how it looks like in the cockpit. And then outside. Oh, it has form lights. Okay. Cool. So the form lights I mentioned earlier is this thing over here. I mean, it's fine. Let's see how the afterburners look. And we have our parking brakes on, so. Like, I did not have to actually initiate that. I just went to full throttle, which is unfair, like, which is whack. I actually want to get to the cap and then initiate afterburners like in the India Echo. But anyways, let's take off and see how it performs. Yeah, my frames may be a bit problematic right now, but it's fine. We'll still fly this aircraft. We'll do it without flaps. We actually don't have any flaps up, but the wings are not swept in, so we have to manually sweep it back in. Okay, now they're swept in. If you notice, these ones have form lights. I mean, well, alright, take off. I don't have a choice to select afterburners or not, so we just take off. This one looks like it's going faster than IndiaFoxtEcho F-14. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so there it is. We just look at that. I mean, it's just nose diving. And then you see that? That's a trail of smoke. If we go into afterburners or go idle, then you see them. That's fine. Trail. Sorry about my frames a little bit. They're not really that good with this aircraft. I do not know why. I mean, the IndiaFoxtEcho Echo was more high fidelity, but I didn't seem to have lagging or frame issues when I had it. But it's fine. It's all good. Speed brakes. Alright, we're pretty much just gonna land it. Get into downwind. I'll say I'll bring the gear down now. Okay, that's enough. So I just want to bring out the wings, and you have a little bit of drag, and then bring out the flaps. Alright, so now I'll bring flaps. I do not know why this still is out. Should retract sooner or later. Why is it not retracted? Alright, so we're gonna make our turn and land here. Just make this turn. Which is crazy, you should be stalled by now. Oh, this is horrible. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I would say this may be a little bit biased, but well, I'm not doubling down on this design. Don't get me wrong. It's actually good. It even shows you your location and all of that. To each their own, honestly. But for me, I prefer realism any day. So this is the DC designs, and we're adding brake right now, and everything seems to be stopping. Yeah, so this is the DC designs. Let's test that feature out. So kneel, and it's not going down. So that button is just clickable. It doesn't do anything. Extend, nothing, no difference. So on that note, we'll end it right here, and I would say you actually cannot eject. You can't. There isn't that realistic feature in here. However, I mean, it's not bad. Some people might prefer this over the IndiaFoxtEcho Echo, and some people might prefer the IndiaFoxtEcho Echo. But for me, preferably, I would go for IndiaFoxtEcho Echo DC Tomcat. My bad. So yeah, I do not know how to turn this off, but this is actually not bad. It's fine. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and more comparison videos to come. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye bye.